My name is Rodney Tolbert, and I'm running for County Commissioner in District 9 of Macomb County. To give you a little background about me, I am a Gulf War Navy vet. I am also a pastor. I'm also work for the Macomb County Veterans Collaborative. I'm also the chaplain of 1st Battalion, 24th Marine Division in Suffolk Air National Guard. And I do other little volunteer things throughout the county. But I'm here to talk about 3 things or 4 or 5 things that deals with Macomb County, and especially with District 9. District 9 has all of Mount Clemens, a portion of Clinton Township, and a portion of Macomb Township. And one of the problems that we have is inclusiveness in Macomb County. If you look at Macomb County, most of our county commissioners does not represent all of the people that live in Macomb County. Secondly, in reference to Mount Clemens, we have a school problem in Mount Clemens that is not being talked about, but it needs to be discussed. If Mount Clemens School District shuts down because they cannot pass the millage in November, then there will be no more school system in Mount Clemens. That means the people that live in Mount Clemens are going to have to send their children to other schools. The other thing to remember that then they're going to be actually double taxed, which is not talked about. First, you have to pay the taxes that is left behind for Mount Clemens, but then you have to pay the taxes for where your child is going to school at. That is a disadvantage for most of the people that live in Mount Clemens because most of them are low-income persons. So we need to look at them. We need to be more inclusive. The other thing is that we as the county commissioners need to be more readily available to our residents. We don't see them. County commissioners need to be out. They need to be seen. They need to be heard. They need to be represented. So when someone goes to the city town or to the county commissioner, we should be there to listen to. For instance, Clinton Township had a meeting regarding raising taxes on the residents to fix the roads, which means that they would have to pay an additional $20,000 on top of their regular taxes. Our county commissioner was not to be found. How do I know? I'm at every meeting. I'm there every time, so I can hear what's going on in the town. Getting to the roads, to answer the Grover's question, you all have a thing called a State Trunk Line Highway System, Act 51 of 1951. I happen to read that paper, and it is atrocious. You're not taking into consideration that country roads do not have as much traffic as city and county roads. That's the reason why the Northern Peninsula get more money than we do in Mount Clemens or we do in Macomb County. That needs to be erased and removed to where we can equally receive money. And the other thing about the trucks, each truck tire is supposed to weigh 15,000 pounds because in the state of Michigan, it's supposed to be 80,000 pounds to 160,000 pounds, where you have state troopers that will come and just pull the truck over for testing. Most states have the same information that we have. The difference is our state do not have weigh stations. Weigh stations is necessary to ensure that the trucks and the companies and corporations follow the rules that has already been set. In addition to that, weigh station will provide jobs in the law enforcement community. It will provide jobs for those that know how to look at the weight. The other thing is this here, when you see trucks that run and they have more than 18 wheels and they got some wheels up, well, they supposed to be running at an 80,000 pound weight. Then all of a sudden you see them drop their wheels, and now you see 20 to 30 wheels. Well, just remember, they're not supposed to go over 80,000 pounds. So to get around that, they drop the wheels so it can be 15,000 pounds for each wheel, but in actuality, they are over 180,000 pounds. That's what tear up your roads. Finally, on the roads is that your mixture is not correct. The mixture that's supposed to fix the road is supposed to be glass, your regular asphalt, and supposed to be able to expand and retract. They're not using that mixture. We're not using the mixture at all. And last but not least, we need to talk about what the Supreme Court did. Now they're going to purge the voting. For those young people and for those who have not voted in the last election, I plead to you, you need to get out and vote in this election. Because if not, you will be purged and you will not be able to vote in the November election. That's what the Supreme Court has passed, and we need to start being prepared for it. So my name is Rodney Tolbert. I'm running for County Commissioner District 9, and if you have any questions, I'm ready.
I recall the Republicans voted all the way stations in Michigan to save money. You're saying that it didn't happen, they saved money, or they closed the way stations? They're all closed.
Okay. According to what I've read, because I'm also new to Michigan, but what I read, that money was supposed to go into this special fund kitty that they're talking about trying to get rid of if the Democrats win. That's where the money is sitting at. And it's not being used for the roads. It's just sitting there. Okay, so when the Republicans shut it down, they shut it down because it would give the corporations, it would give businesses tax breaks, but it also gives them the right to bring what they want to bring in without it being inspected like it's supposed to. Weigh stations are the necessary tool for truck drivers to ensure that all corporations follow the rules of the road, so we will be having all of the problems that we having now with our roads. Yes, sir.
When they distribute the money, they don't distribute it based on population density or something like that. When we were talking about that, it seems like they ought to say Macomb County has 5% of the Michigan population, we get 5% of the money.
Right.
Is that the way it works?
No, actually, because of your 51, the Act 51 in 1951, that changed. Because it's probably going by the population of each, but actually it goes by how much road is being used. And if you notice that, if you really read and come to study, you come to find out that northern Michigan receives money for roads that they don't even have to pay for, and they have excess amount of money. But you would have to really go and study and talk with them. And so that is important, because I have talked with Canada, I've talked with Philadelphia, I talked with Texas, and I found out if we just change the way that we lay our roads, we would not be repairing the roads every 10 years, we would not be asking for millages for roads every 10 years, and we will be not asking for $1.4 billion to fix a road that you could fix right the first time, and you ain't have to worry about redoing the roads all the time. So I'm still saying that it is important that we learn about what they are doing behind the scenes to also funnel money to our corporate people.
Who decides about the technology of what we use to fix the road? Because there was another gentleman here when I was a little cop who said the same thing.
But it's two things. The state has...
Could you please repeat the question or summarize
it?
it?
Repeat the question.
No, you, so people can hear.
You repeat it. You got the point.
He wants to know who's responsible for
The way the technology is used.
Okay, the way the technology is used for the roads. In other words, he's asking who's responsible for choosing the person that's gonna fix the roads.
Oh, it's the quality.
The quality of the roads. Okay, you have the y'all call it the road commission. Remember, I'm from Texas, so we call it the Department of Transportation. You call it the road commission. The road commission make a decision on which company is going to repair the roads, and they have a formula that company must use. Okay, however, they are not looking at other options that's available. If you look at Chicago have the same problem we have. They changed the mixture into getting the rubber from the trucks, which is interesting. You take the rubber that you found on the side of the roads, you take it, you melt it, put it in with glass, you put it in with the asphalt, and then all of a sudden, it's now a road that can expand and retract. And all of a sudden, now you don't have to fix your road every 10 years. You fix your roads every 30 years. One more thing that you must do, must be a bi-monthly check.